If you're planning on fishing in Corpus Christi and you're wondering how to prepare for your trip, you've come to the right place. From its shallow flats out to its deep water oil rigs, this Texas town produces some of the best fishing opportunities on this side of the Gulf. Today we'll go over the top catches, best spots, and most successful ways to go about fishing here. After watching, you'll see why so many anglers flock to the Texas coast and find out how you can secure your spot to get in on the action. But before you do, be sure to like and subscribe below to stay up on all our latest fishing videos. Corpus Christi is an excellent fishing town for all skill levels. There are dozens upon dozens of different types of fish you can catch here, making it an entertaining destination for both novice and expert anglers alike. We'll mention some of the most notable species you can catch in both shallow and deeper waters, as well as when, where, and how to go about catching them. The first and perhaps the most iconic species when it comes to inshore fishing in Corpus Christi is redfish. Gilded in gold and reaching impressive sizes, these fish are quite literally a trophy catch. They fight hard, taste great, and make for a great photo op. You can find them in shallow waters around jetties, piers, and bridge pilings throughout most of the year. Another top inshore species in Corpus Christi is speckled trout. As a firm light tackle favorite and excellent target for beginners, this fish is perfect for a family-friendly outing. They tend to congregate around seagrass beds and oyster reefs, so if you head out around Aransas Bay, you should find plenty of areas to cast from. Speckled trout fishing in Texas is solid year-round. However, the best times to head out are between March and December, especially if you're going after big gator trout. Other top catches in Corpus Christi's inshore waters include black drum, flounder, alligator gar, and lots of sharks. If you're hopping on a charter, you'll have the chance to reach deeper and otherwise less accessible waters. Out here, the waters open up, and with it, your opportunities will increase as well. Charter fishing in Corpus Christi allows you to approach offshore reefs where you can target a range of delicious bottom fish like red snapper. What makes red snapper fishing in Texas so great is the fact that you can target them in state waters up to 9 nautical miles from shore all year round. However, the biggest specimens are typically found further out in federal waters, which are only open during the summer months, usually from June to September. So if you're after red snapper, be sure to plan your trip accordingly. Since we're already on the topic of deep sea fishing in Corpus Christi, we also have to give an honorable mention to the fast-swimming pelagic species out there. If you want to feel the thrill of the chase and the wind in your hair, you can troll for species such as king mackerel and cobia, and even further out, mahi mahi, wahoo, and tuna. Now that you know which fish are lurking beneath the surface, be sure to keep watching to find out the best spots to catch them. Corpus Christi sits on a sprawling bay protected by a long stretch of barrier islands, making it an ideal location for inshore fishing. Its semi-tropical environment filled with marshes, mangroves, and productive flats provides the perfect habitat for a range of fish. If you decide on fishing in Corpus Christi Bay, a great place to get started is Sunset Lake Park. This is a great area for wade and shore fishing, especially for speckled trout, redfish, and flounder. It's also a good place to launch a kayak from if you want to explore the lake in depth. Another great fishing spot is Packery Channel, where you can fish along the jetties and add some sheepshead as well as mangrove snapper to the mix. A bit further north is Aransas Pass, a popular charter launch and jetty fishing spot as well. At almost 50 feet deep, it's an excellent hiding place for big tripletail, black drum, flounder, and bull reds. And what's even more exciting is that you can find the occasional red snapper here too. There are also a few excellent fishing piers in Corpus Christi, including the famous Bob Hall Pier. It's currently being rebuilt to help protect it against any potential damage from future hurricanes and should be complete by mid to late 2023. Jutting 1,200 feet into the Gulf, this landmark is perhaps the most popular fishing pier in the area. It only costs $3 to fish, plus $4 per rod, and the pier has a bait shop for any last-minute supplies. And last but not least, just beyond those barrier islands lies the vast blue Gulf of Mexico. Just a few miles out, you'll start hitting natural and artificial reefs. Lonestar and Boatmen's Reef are both excellent locations for bottom fishing, especially for red snapper. At about 30 miles out, you'll begin to approach the oil rigs. Out here is where some of the most sought-after big game fish are hiding. However, you'll need a well-equipped offshore fishing boat to be able to take you out to those deeper waters. Charter fishing is by far the easiest and most successful way to catch fish in Corpus Christi, especially for those bigger ones located further out in deeper waters. Most boats are equipped with GPS and fish finders to put you right on top of the action. This, along with the captain and crew's expertise, will give you the best chance to catch fish. Equipment is always provided on board, and your crew will take care of baiting your hooks and making sure you're all set up and good to go. There truly is no easier way to go fishing than that. But that's not the only appeal about charter fishing in Corpus Christi. Most local captains have spent their entire lives guiding people around these waters. This means that they can specifically tailor your trip based on your skills and preferences, making sure you have the most productive day possible. Most charters also offer share trips where you can split the cost with other customers on the boat. This is not only the more economical choice, but it's a good option if you're unable to gather enough people for a private trip. And if you don't have the time or budget for charter fishing, there are still countless other ways you can explore the area's waters. One of the most straightforward ways to go fishing in Corpus Christi is by simply casting from shore or from one of the local piers. You'll find plenty of surf fishing spots along the barrier islands and excellent shallow areas for wade fishing in both Corpus Christi and Aransas Bays. The only downside is that the surrounding piers and beaches can get a bit crowded during the summer, which leads us to our final option, renting a kayak. This is not only a tremendous way to explore more remote waters, it's also a great low-cost alternative to charter fishing, especially if you have your own gear. Just grab your lucky rod, jump in a kayak, and paddle out to one of the local bays. You can rent kayaks for under $50 a day in Corpus and nearby Port Aransas. As you can see, there are many ways to go fishing in Corpus Christi, but before you choose one of them, you should familiarize yourself with the local rules and regulations. The most important being that everyone 17 and older must have a valid fishing license on them at all times. This is the same whether you're fishing on a boat or casting from shore. However, you don't need a license to fish from land or piers in Texas state parks. Something equally as important as fishing licenses is knowing the bag and size limits, as well as open and closed seasons of the species you wish to target. Most fish are open for harvest year-round in Texas. However, there are some important closed seasons in federal waters. For example, as we mentioned earlier in the video, the federal red snapper season usually only opens for a few months in the summer. Amberjack are available from August until November, opening again in May if there's any quota left from the previous year. For more information on Texas fishing licenses, you can always refer to our full blog article, and for the most up-to-date rules and regulations in the state, be sure to check the Texas Parks and Wildlife website at tpwd.texas.gov. And when you're finally ready to go fishing in Corpus Christi, we're here to help connect you with the hundreds of charters and guides in the area. You can download the Fishing Booker app from Google Play or the App Store, or just visit us online. With the largest selection of fishing charters, verified customer reviews, and hassle-free booking, you'll save time and money and experience an exciting day on the water. So go ahead and download our app or head over to fishingbooker.com and start planning your adventure today.